What's up, guys? It's Wednesday, which means it's New Comic Day. We got two new issues. We got the Solo adaptation number 2, and we got Star Wars issue number 57, which actually got me thinking about a lot of stuff. So we're going to cover them both, and we're going to talk about spoilers. So if you haven't read them yet and you want to, if you want to go in fresh, just wait to watch this. But we're going to start with the Solo adaptation number 2 because it's pretty straightforward. It's like all the other comic adaptations. There are occasional extra scenes, but for the most part it's just a retelling of the film. So it's like, if you saw Solo, you don't really need to read this. The second adaptation did have a new scene with Han and Rio. Right after they get onto the AT hauler, Han basically teaches him how to disable tracking, which that's something I had never thought of, but I probably should have. Like, yeah, the Empire could probably track the AT hauler to wherever they went, but they disabled that and they went on. It's a scene that's not really necessary. Like I said, it didn't even cross my mind in the movie, but they did it, and it was kind of a nice little bonding moment for Han and Rio gets another extra joke, which, I mean, he was full of jokes in the movie. Give him one more, that's fine. But what I really want to talk about is Star Wars issue number 57. So last month, in 56, Han and Luke and Leia get stranded on this moon, Hubin, and they get chased by this big creature, and they're saved by this guy in armor. And right away my thought was Mandalorian maybe, even though it doesn't have like the cross, the T visor. Something about it felt Mandalorian-ish. It's possible that it's just like, I don't know, I'm seeing Mandalorian where there is nothing and it could just be new Star Wars armor. But issue 57 kinda kept me thinking along that Mandalorian line, I guess. And there are a couple of visual clues that they are maybe Mandalorians. That kinda diamond shape that's on Boba Fett's armor and a lot of Mandalorian designs is hidden around in like wallpaper and on that guy's daughter's belt buckle, for example. That guy is named Thane Marcona. He basically has a mansion and he oversees this village of people who are referred to as Clan Marcona, which again is like a Mandalorian thing. All the houses are built up into clans, or broken down into clans, I should say, like Clan Ren, Clan Vizsla, Clan Ordo. So I'm starting to think that maybe we're getting the origins or the backstory for the Mandalorian. That is like a huge leap to make on my part, especially for me. But I don't know, it's just this feeling that I couldn't shake, that if these people are Mandalorian and they're living in a very Western-inspired village, like if you look around, it's got wooden fences, there's a tavern, like there are farms, and I don't know, it's very Western. And even the cover is like Han and Leia in this idyllic town based off that old famous painting that I can't remember the name of. But I don't know. I'm just like, what if these people are Mandalorian? And what if Clan Marcona is the what if that's the Mandalorian? Because the comics kind of have this track record of hinting to stories that are to come. I mean, Darth Vader was talking about the sterilization of Geonosis 2 years before Star Wars Rebels covered that at all. We already know that the second Darth Vader series, Charles Soule's one that's going on right now, that's going to have connections to Jedi Fallen Order, the video game that comes out next year. So knowing how far in advance Lucasfilm does this stuff, I think it's very plausible that, yeah, we could be seeing hints at what the Mandalorian will look like. Maybe he is part of Clan Marcona. And I don't know that we're going to see the Mandalorian in this comic. Maybe we'll see him as a child or something, even in the background, but I'm more thinking that he is part of this village, and it's possible that like the Empire could track Luke and Han and Leia there, and the village could be burned to the ground because they were harboring fugitives, and this would kind of get him emotionally motivated to fight the Empire and also maybe resent the rebellion in the New Republic because they brought the Empire to their doorstep. So it would kind of give him this true neutral, to put it in D&D terms, like he would be this neutral guy with a sense of justice. I mean, it just feels like a cowboy's origin story, a gunslinger's origin story, which is how The Mandalorian is described in Jon Favreau's little synopsis. So, I don't know. I could be going off the deep end speculation-wise here, but it's an idea that really excites me and thinks that it's plausible. So now that I've discussed that to you, just know that that's a preview for tomorrow's video, because I'm going to try to take all my thoughts, make them a little more clear, so a little less rambly, basically, and I'm going to put a video out about that and the possibility of the Mandalorian being introduced as part of Clan Marcona in this comic. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. The actual issue didn't do a whole lot story-wise, which again, that's almost another reason why I'm like, what is this story about? Why take this detour to an idyllic village? Why not just take them back to the Rebel fleet? What is up with this little, almost, it feels like a side quest. So what's going on here? What's the point of this story? And it could be to drop some hints. It could be all about foreshadowing, I don't know. But otherwise, it was just kind of a lot of, who are these people? It's very mysterious, and the head guy's being kind of cagey about it all. So it's intriguing, it's just that we don't know what's gonna happen. And nothing was really revealed except for a bunch of stuff for me to speculate on. So I did that. Let me know what you think of that speculation, of that idea, in the comments, and let me know what you thought of, you know, both stories, Solo and the Star Wars 57. Let's get some discussion threads going and let's talk about it. So that's it. Again, these little reaction videos are just for you guys, for the patrons, so you can get my off-the-cuff thoughts. I mean, literally, I just finished reading these comics, and then I kind of sat and I thought about The Mandalorian for a while, because I wanted to pose that question to you guys and ask what you think. But yeah, thank you guys for being patrons, and thank you for watching this, and I look forward to reading what you guys think.